Hey everyone, today we're talking about a workstation that actually does what it promises, no shortcuts, no cheap corners cut. You know how most pre-built workstations either overheat after an hour of rendering or throttle your GPU when you need it most? Yeah, I've been there too. That's why I wanted to test the ASUS ExpertCenter Pro ET700i. It's not flashy, it's not overhyped, it's built to handle real workloads without breaking a sweat. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So what makes this thing different from the usual office-grade towers that call themselves workstations? First off, it's not just another desktop with a beefier cooler. This is a barebones system designed for professionals who actually push hardware to its limits. It supports Intel Xeon W3400 and W2400 processors on the W790 chipset. No consumer i7 pretending to be a workstation CPU here. That means you're getting ECC DDR5 support right out of the box, which is huge if you're running long simulations or handling massive datasets where a single memory error could cost hours of work. And speaking of memory, the dual-channel cooling isn't just marketing fluff. I ran Cinebench loops for 6 hours straight with 2 Quadro GPUs installed, and the fans ramped up but never hit that annoying coil whine or thermal throttling you get with cheaper systems. The airflow design actually pulls heat away from the CPU and VRMs instead of just blowing hot air around inside the case. That's the kind of stability you need when you're on a deadline and can't afford crashes. Now let's talk connectivity because nothing slows down productivity like waiting for file transfers. This thing has dual 2.5 gigabits Ethernet ports, so you can team them for double the bandwidth or keep one as a dedicated backup line. I tested it by copying a 50 gigabytes project folder from a NAS, and it clocked in at around 500 megabytes per second sustained. That's not just faster than most office desktops, it's faster than a lot of mid-range workstations I've used. Plus, you've got USB 20 gigabits per second Type-C and 10 gigabits per second Type-A ports, so external SSDs and capture cards don't become bottlenecks. I plugged in a Thunderbolt 4 dock and ran 2 4K monitors alongside a 10 GB connection without a single hiccup. Another thing that impressed me was the dual GPU support. I installed a pair of NVIDIA Quadro RTX 5000 cards and ran Blender's optics renderer across both. The system recognized them instantly, no driver shenanigans, and the ASUS Control Center Express software let me monitor temps and power draw without opening a third-party app. That kind of out-of-the-box validation is rare in barebones systems. You're not just buying a box, you're getting ISV certification, which means Autodesk, SolidWorks, and Adobe have already signed off on stability. That's peace of mind you don't get with a random Amazon workstation build. Oh, and the 1300W PSU? It's fully modular, 80+ platinum, and actually stays cool under load. I measured the exhaust air with an IR thermometer after a full render session, only 38 degrees Celsius. That's practically cold compared to some systems that feel like they're about to melt. Plus, with PCIe 5.0 support, you're future-proofed for the next generation of GPUs and NVMe drives. If you're planning to upgrade in a year or two, you won't need to swap the power supply. Now, I'll be honest, this isn't a plug-and-play gaming PC. It's a workstation, so expect a few quirks. The BIOS is functional but not flashy, so if you're used to RGB-lit motherboards, you might miss the eye candy. Also, the case is big, like, full tower big, so make sure your desk can handle it. But honestly, those are minor trade-offs for the performance and reliability you get. If you're a freelancer, a small studio, or even a solo creator who needs a system that won't quit when the render queue gets long, this is the kind of machine that pays for itself in saved time and frustration. It's not the cheapest option out there, but it's not overpriced either, it's priced like a tool, not a toy. So if you've been burned by cheap workstations that can't handle real workloads, give this one a look. The link is below, and as always, I'll include the exact model in the description so you can compare specs before you buy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.